Hello everyone! I hope you're ready for another adventure because today, Wayne reads Tell Me Tree. Always remember that as we go through these amazing adventures and read these outstanding stories, all you have to do is press the CC button in your YouTube link in order to follow along with the words. Now I think that Ozzy will be perfect to join us for today's adventure. Now that Ozzy's here, let's jump in. Tell me, tree. Some trees are small, no more than a few inches tall. Others are big. Trees are woody plants. Their trunks, limbs, and branches are their stems. Some trees are small, no more than a few inches tall. Other trees are big, and still others are huge. Trees grow almost everywhere, except where it is extremely cold or dry, or in places of high elevations. Trees need light, moisture, soil, and a place to grow. Different trees grow in different environments. Some like cold weather. Others grow where it is warm year-round. Some trees like wet places. Others grow in dry climates. All trees, even the biggest, begin their lives as seeds. These seeds come in different shapes and sizes. Seeds sprout when a small root begins to grow. As the root absorbs water and minerals, a tiny stem with just 2 leaves begins to grow above the soil. In time, the stem becomes hard enough to be called wood. Some branches begin to appear as buds that turn into tiny leaves. The hard woody stem is called a tree trunk. A trunk is covered by a hard layer of wood called bark. Bark protects trees from weather and insects and animals that attack them. Different kinds of trees have different kinds of bark, hard or soft, thick or thin. Underneath the bark is a thin layer called the phloem. The phloem carries the food from the leaves to the branches, trunk, and roots of the trees. Next is the Cambrian layer. The Cambrian layer forms new growth for the trunk of a tree for each year. Next is the Cambium layer. The Cambium layer forms new growth for the trunk of a tree each year. The next layer, the sapwood, is made up of tiny tubes that carry water and minerals, called sap, from the roots to the leaves. The center of the tree is called the heartwood, dead and solid sapwood that gives a tree its strength to stand. Roots grow from under the tree trunk down into the ground. Tiny root hairs at the tip of the roots take in the water and minerals from the soil to help the tree grow. Roots anchor a tree to the ground and help it hold upright. Most trees have many roots below the ground as they have branches above. The leaves of the tree make food for the tree to grow. The leaves pull up water from the roots and breathe in the gas from the air called carbon dioxide. Inside the leaves is a substance called chlorophyll. The chlorophyll in the leaves gathers energy from the sun. It mixes with water and the carbon dioxide to create food for the tree called sugar. This process is called photosynthesis. Trees use food from their leaves to grow new wood, branches, twigs, buds, leaves, seeds, nuts, and fruit. The fruits of trees is often sweet from the sugar that leaves make. Trees need their food to stay alive and renew their growth. When leaves make their food, they also make a gas called oxygen. The leaves release the oxygen into the air. People and animals need the oxygen to breathe. Most of the oxygen in the air comes from trees. Although leaves come in many different shapes and sizes, there are only 2 types of groups of trees: evergreen trees and broadleaf trees. Most evergreens have needles that are thin and scale-like because most evergreens keep their seeds inside cones. They are also called conifers. These trees lose their needles or leave a few at a time throughout the year. Broadwood leaves have flatter, wider leaves. Many grow flowers and fruit that produce different kinds of seeds. Most broadleaf trees are deciduous. That means they lose their leaves in the autumn. That's interesting. Some leaves turn beautiful colors before they die and fall. In the spring, broadleaf trees grow new leaves. You can identify a tree by looking at the shapes of its leaves. Some leaves are smooth-edged, some are rough-edged, some are very big and broad, others are small and thin. Trees are used in many ways. They are harvested for their wood, to build homes, to make furniture, crates, paper, pencils, thousands of things we use every day. We eat the nuts and fruit grown on trees too. Many animals and birds make their homes in trees. Millions of trees are cut down every year. It is important to harvest trees carefully and to plant new ones. Future growth is important because trees make oxygen for people and animals to breathe. Their roots hold soil together to keep it from eroding. Also, They make the world a beautiful place to live. Future growth is important because trees make oxygen for people and animals to breathe. The roots hold the soil together to keep it from eroding. And also, they make the world a beautiful place to live. Oh wow, that was a lot of fun learning about trees. What do you think, Ozzy? I enjoyed that part too. We'll see you on the next adventure, okay? We'll see you on the next adventure, here with Wayne Reads. Thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye.